Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to our show. We call it Tournament Horse Racing. It's brought to you by Broke Guys Handicapping. My name is Rich Sharp, and each week uh, we will be, I guess I should say, it's brought to you by Broke Guys Handicapping, and here's how it works. We've broken the horse racing calendar into four separate tournaments. Each tournament consists of approximately 10 racing days. That's what you're watching tonight is one of those racing days. We pick four races from each of those racing days, and well, we compete against each other for prizes. We have four horse players normally, and each player will make a $2 mythical win place bet in each of the four races that day. And simply put, whoever wins the most money is going to be the winner of the tournament that day. Uh, at the end of the year, we're going to have four individual tournament winners. There's one year-end champion. That one is based on whoever wins the money throughout the entire year. That's how the tournament works. It's actually time for you guys to meet the handicappers. I am going to start all the way out on the East Coast. It is my good friend Ray Torado. Ray, how are you doing tonight post Kentucky Derby?
I'm licking my wounds. Tell you, I had the horses second, third, and fourth. Next thing I know, some I don't know taxi coming on the inside to pass us, but that's all right. You know what? It's horse racing. Credit to them. They won. We move on, and it's always a race. So, and I'm looking forward to this week at Belmont. So, my home.
All right, nice, nice. You know what? I'm going to
Mm.
come back out here to the West Coast. I have another friend that's on the line. He's also a racing analyst for us. He lives in Menifee, California. Steven Newsom. Again, what are your post Kentucky Derby thoughts?
Yeah, wow. Between that and the bloodletting on the streets of Wall Street and the crypto markets, I
Mm.
haven't had a great week, to
Yeah,
be honest with you.
not a fun time.
Top
You
day
know,
to pick six.
yeah. Early on Sunday morning, my post out to the world said something along the lines of, an 80 to 1 shot won the Kentucky Derby. Canelo Alvarez lost to a relatively unknown fighter, and baseball was on Sunday morning on
Yeah.
NBC of all stations. I
Hmm.
couldn't believe it. I usually get up to watch Meet the Press early in the morning. When I saw that they were being interrupted or that the program that I normally watch was not coming on with that, I thought for sure it was going to be cycling or F1 Formula Racing or some other crazy sport that NBC normally covers. And when baseball came on, I got a little tear in my eye, which reminded me of
A
why I
little
should have,
nostalgic.
yeah,
Mm.
and why I probably should have bet Rich Strike because again, that is my name and I do enjoy baseball. I heard you guys. I heard everybody who told me that. Okay. All right. We do have one other member of our team. He is not here tonight. That would be Sir Joe English, and Joe is not here tonight because he is out watching Sir Paul McCartney with his beautiful wife Denise. Joe, we miss you as always on this show. We will miss your insights, but we're not going to miss your picks because we got them and we've got your photo, and we'll try and have some fun with that tonight. Folks, this is just a reminder that Joe, who of course is not here, Ray, Steve, and myself, we're all friends. We do this show for fun and we try not to take ourselves too seriously. That will become obvious throughout the show. We are not a touting service and we are not recommending or selling our picks in these races. We're just horse players. We love our sport and we enjoy competing against each other for fun. We hope you do as well. And with that, I will go ahead and recap um, last week's quite ugly results from Churchill Downs. So here we go. And let me go ahead and I will find our picks for us. And, on the biggest racing day of the year, um, as far, yeah, go ahead. Put your hands up.
There you go,
Yeah,
Steve.
yeah. On the single biggest racing day of the year, one of the, a celebrated event all across the country. I actually saw a cousin of mine has a wonderful Kentucky Derby party uh, that she Trisha Martino. If you happen to be watching this one, I will mention you. Your Kentucky Derby party looks fantastic. On Twitter, I saw several Kentucky Derby parties. I had my own private one that was there at the Tilted Kilt in Temecula, where some members of this show showed up, some didn't, but uh, we had ourselves a good time. unfortunately, it was not a profitable time. And as you can see there, Steve Newsom did, in fact, come home with a victory. His horse in the first race, actually, believe it or not, that was an audible. So if you go back and watch last week's show, Steve, in fact, had the 8 horse who then scratched, and Steve went with stolen base, siding with Flavian Pratt. And that was enough to go generate the victory for him. He put up zeros in the rest of the race. I put up zeros in all of the race. Ray did manage to mark, and Joe did not. Uh,
At
anybody
race
got?
12, we got blanked, so that's
Yeah,
the Kentucky Derby. So that's how
yeah.
bad we did.
Anybody got anything else they want to add to the Kentucky Derby? Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Oh, well, I have one thing to add, and it says just say and some advice for you horse players. Okay, I had played a pick three. I was alive with 8 horses in the Derby, expecting to cash the ticket. So I bet some of the money I was gonna get on the Derby, and of course I didn't win. So never bet the money, the will pay money. You're gonna have some of it because if you lose that one and the will pay, and you go, that's it, empty pockets. So little bit of advice.
Damn.
yeah.
Damn, Ray. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't bet your will pays before you get it. That's all.
Don't count your chickens before they hatch. So,
That's right,
right.
But Sunday morning, oh, we were ready to play Belmont the next day, and just get up off your horse. And it's a
But
fighting hockey game right now, Dallas and Calgary. So
and so to
another
follow up
game
on that, I
Sunday.
guess maybe a second rule here they would say would be,
Uh,
don't bet the guy that's got $3.40 after we've picked 12 races so far. Um, and anything would be a better idea than that
Took
right
over his
now.
picks.
All right. I'm the next Rich Strike in this particular tournament,
oh
apparently at this point in time.
man,
But as you
that
see,
that uh,
Ray is clinging to a slim $2 lead over our first tournament champion of the year. There's Steve with $40. Ray's got 42.20. Joe's got 14.20, and I've got like $3.40. There's just so many things you could do better than follow my picks here on Broke Guys Handicapping at this point in time. But congratulations to Ray. Again, we are kind of closing in on the halfway mark, as you see there. We've got Belmont this week, and then we'll go ahead and pick up with the Preakness next week, minus Rich Strike, who's not going to be in that race. But we'll go ahead and pick that up, and then we'll take a little bit of a break. I do have double stars down there on the Evangeline Downs race, and if I'm not mistaken, I wanted to talk to my friends. I believe either at Churchill Downs or at another racetrack, there is another big race that day, so we'll go ahead and replace Churchill Downs. The same thing goes with our Belmont picks down here, so I'll go ahead and collaborate offline with Joe, Ray, and Steve. But for the time being, post Kentucky Derby, you can look to Belmont Park, and it's not like we're going to see a small field or small price tags because Belmont is the signature track here for the spring up until we go to Saratoga. We're going to start off at race number 8 in our pick 4 sequence. They're going a mile and 3/8 on the inner turf course. This is the Man of War Stakes, the Grade 1. Purse is $700,000 for 4-year-olds and upward. And your morning line favorite is in post number 3, and that is Yabir, trained by Charles Appleby and ridden by William Buick, is an even money favorite there at Belmont Park. And actually, Steve, since you did win on Derby Day, technically, you've got the little flower thing all around your neck, so you get to go first this week.
Oh, well, I thought I was going to be on the favorite, but I guess not. I'm going with Guffo, the 2.
Either way.
7-5. Yeah, Joel Rosario and Chris Clement. He went a 27% clip there. It's won his last race. Did get beat by Yabir in November at Del Mar.
Yeah, that would have been in the Breeders' Club, in the Breeders' Cup Turf Classic, by the way.
Yeah, it didn't do so well in that race, but looks like he's pretty consistent, except for that race. So I'm gonna say he's gonna stay on track and take care of business.
All right, and you are going to go ahead and hand it off there. It's going to go to Ray.
All right, I tried to bypass the two favorites. Just one coming off a layoff. I believe you. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Um, I went with Aban, number 4, Louis Syrez. Ran a good race last time, Gulfstream. Um, Fits the distance. He's got some speed, which I like on the turf in these long races. Be out of traffic, and he doesn't have to be on the lead. He can be wait a little bit, but I'm hoping he'll get in a good position and trying to get that grade 1. Fletcher, you know, ran good on Belmont last year, Saratoga, so he's kind of a local horse. He did excel in Gulfstream a little bit early this year, so might be in good form. And hoping I can get a price on him. Gufo did get him last time, but he had run well. He was a little longer distance, so they're shortening up to around 3/8, and I'm hoping he could just hold on and get first run at the leaders or have the lead by himself. So let's see what happens. A bond for me, 9-2.
Oh boy, I am like a mere $40 behind Steve. I will call my own little personal audible, since I was actually on the 2 as well. Gufo looks like a real strong candidate here, and I didn't think that anybody was going to beat him. But like I said, Steve's about $40 ahead of me, and I do believe in. I will go ahead and put a little cross mark here through mine. I'll go ahead and go with you, Beer. That's a Charlie Appleby, William Buick. Of course, the horse did win. That was the Breeders' Cup Turf back in November last year of 2021. Boy, these years are going strange since the pandemic. Anyway, and that was the exact combination that won here. The horse likes to does like to come from far out of the weeds. And again, Charlie Appleby, one of the sensational trainers that comes over from Europe. As you can see there, the sire was Dubawi. Is a 4-year-old. The distance, as you see over here, as dictated by the sire stats and the dam stats, this is not going to be a problem for Yabir. And of course, this is one of those Godolphin racing horses. So um, even though it's even money with Gufo and the pedigree and the numbers on the page for Gufo, which sometimes kind of blow people's minds away, I think we'll be probably pretty close to each other as far as the favorite's concerned. And just to give us a little diversity on the ticket, I will not go with the same horse that Steve's got and the same horse that Mr. English has. That was his pick, was Gufo, second off the layoff, solid locally. So he was right in there. Let's go ahead and we'll start filling in the Belmont here for us. These are going to be races 8, 9, 10, and 11 on this pick 4 card. Again, Joe, kind of mailing it in from the Paul McCartney concert, has got the 2. Ray has got the 4. Steve has the 2. And I switched from having the 2 to go ahead and take in the 3, which is the favorite for this particular race. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to move along to, this is going to be race number 9 on the card. And this is one of the co-features on this particular card. They're going 1.1 miles on the main track. Just one turn, because of course it's Big Sandy at Belmont Park, so you only need one turn to go 1.1 miles. This is the Peter Pan Stakes. It's a grade 3. The purse is $200,000 for 3-year-olds only. And your morning line favorite is in post number 4, We the People, trained by Rudy Brissett and ridden by that man, Flavian Pratt, is 3-1 on the Belmont Park morning line. Ray, you're up first.
All right, the fact of the matter that no horse here has carried a 123 tells you something. There's no horse here that's even won a stake race. and they're all getting pounds off of that condition. I'm sorry to say, this is one sad race, really. Um, you have maiden winners, you have allowance of one qualifiers. The only horse possible to have a type here is We the People, who won the Grade 1 Arkansas Derby. Had a bad day for the seventh, So I went with I'm going with the old Rich Sharp angle here. Number one, Set Sail, California Speed. I think he's got some good speed, and I think this horse could maybe just blow out the field on the lead because I don't see anybody else here. I mean, with that type of speed, how they coach the East Coast and
Hmm.
they got more front running speed. So I'm just gonna go with that, and hopefully I can hold on. They'll might chase him. I know, like Billy has some speed, and we the people got some speed also if he breaks well. But I'll go with the California horse. And he's a price 7-2, Joe Rosario, Richard Mandela. So just try and snap our way ticket to the Belmont because that's what they're here for. Steve, Rich,
No, it's me,
Rich.
and,
Okay, Rich, go
I'm
ahead.
just going to comment on the odd nature of the way that we're betting these days and stuff like that. We got you going with the California horse. We got me going with the East Coast horse. I'm on electability. I like the actual two. I actually like the two in this particular race. Trained by Chad Brown, ridden by Irad Ortiz, connecting at a chilly 29% together. And of course Irad's only at 37% himself, so he's a little off, right? And the horse
Should be
does have,
50.
yeah, exactly right. Norm, that's when I saw that they were only hitting at 29% together, I was like, wow, marriage is all broken up, huh? But uh,
Flavian's in town.
yeah,
He
the
gets some
horse,
mounts.
yeah, that's what happened. Uh, this horse does have the East Coast background. Has been racing at Saratoga in last fall, and then comes back out of that in a maiden special event at Aqueduct. Only 5 horses in the race, so I'm not crazy about that. I usually don't, try and lean towards those horses. But let's face it, it's Chad Brown, and I'm not about to question what he's doing there. So he gets the win there, hikes him up to the optional claimers, non-winners of one. That's an 8-horse race, and that horse wins, even though he's favorite. So 75 cents on the dollar. Moving up in class from that last one, a lot of them are doing this one. Ray mentioned that as well. It's not a very good race. I do have a lot of faith in Clarovich Stables. That's one of my favorite ownership groups that we see here on this
Yes.
particular show. And of course, the horse is out of Quality Road and cost a mere $300,000. So there was a lot to like here with number 2, electability. Once again, Ray's going with the California horse. Rich is going with the New York horse. Joe, where are you? Steve, come on. Go with you know.
No, actually, you know what, Rich? You can just stay right here. This is the one I'm on too.
Okay.
I figured there's a jockey upgrade here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, and everything else you said.
And I like Eric Cancel a lot. He's a very good rider and things like that, but
Right.
there's no question about it. You got an Eclipse award-winning jockey in Irad Ortiz, so nothing to argue about there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Or
place the horse he beat long term. He was entered in one big race. I'm not sure it's the Wood.
long term, I think. Oh, and excuse me, folks. Uh, just so we kind of stay complete on here. There is a fourth member of our team. Joe English is really valuable. As a matter of fact, he won the title in the very first year, and he is attending the Paul McCartney concert tonight in Los Angeles. So we are picking up his picks. They are coming to us via text message. And if you can see that, I'm holding it up in front of me. Race number 9. He likes the number 6, Western River. He loves Syrez. Up for a horse who turned corner at Oaklawn. So he is alluding to the fact that this horse just broke his maiden special event, or his maiden in Oaklawn Park. And again, Rudy Brissett and Louis Saez, nice combination there for Joe. So let's go ahead and we will fill this in. 6, 1, 2, and 2. And we will go ahead and we will move along to the other co-feature on today's card. And this is race number 10. And they are going a mile and a 16th, again, on the inner turf course. This is the Bogey Stakes, the grade 3. Purse is $150,000, again, on the inner turf for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upward. And your morning line favorite, you do not have to look very far. Her name is Rougier, and she is trained by Chad Brown, and she is ridden by Flavian Pratt. And I didn't even move that much further down the page. When I saw, again, Chad Brown and Flavian Pratt, they're actually kind of even a chilly 29%. I would actually expect a little bit better from the two of them, even though that's a fairly recent engagement. But Flavian was our favorite jockey out here on the West Coast, and he has relocated to the East. And Chad Brown is among the best trainers on the East Coast, in particular when his horses are racing on turf. And I don't know if everybody can see that, but I do have my little Chad Brown bobblehead doll here. And on my shelf of honor, he does sit on a little patch of grass because that's how deadly his horses are. The horse has not raced for 6 months. Uh, and I don't think that's any kind of a problem for Chad Brown. I did want to bring this up to my friends and let anybody check out the purchase price of Rougier, a female horse.
Wow.
Yeah, that's $3,393,600. She's a pricey little filly, though, isn't she? Especially when you look at what she came out of the at least from what I can see there, the pedigree that she came out of and things like that. I did not realize that that was a really strong pedigree, but for some reason, this horse has gone for an eye-popping amount at some kind of a sale.
Mm.
Wow.
Before I get to her, that's all you hear about. Before you get to the form, Chad Brown speaks for himself, right? All of his numbers in this particular kind of a case are good. You do not have to worry about the layoff with Chad Brown horses. The horse finished 7th at the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mares Turf. Again, that's a grade 1, a little bit longer than this, a mile and 3/8. And you can see that she had a little bit of traffic over here. Checked early and was tight into the second turn. And so she's coming back here for her second try in the United States. Again, 4 for 14 in her lifetime. But there's got to be something there to have the pedigree that she has and also to see that purchase price. So I just went ahead and stuck on the 1.
All right. I went with what did I go with? I got a bunch of chicken scratch here. I went with the 4, Plum Ali. 6-1, got Manny Franco aboard. It's been on board the last 3 rides, won the last 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's got some pretty decent speed figures for the race.
You got Christophe Clement up there, and he's hotter. I mean, look at this. 27% at this particular meet. He's got Manny Franco aboard.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with Plum Ali.
And Ray, in this particular case, you're going to go ahead and take us home on this particular race.
All right, I went a little bit for a long shot here. Right next to you, number 3, Stolen Holiday, Shug McGahee, Javier Castellano. The horse has some, has some speed. This is kind of a class test for him. He did win nicely in Tampa, and Gulfstream he ran pretty good. Second, as 5-2, probably second choice there in the overnight stake race. So, I think he'll do well. Hopefully, get the trip.
It's a her.
Be in good position. Oh, I'm sorry. She'll be in good position, and she can either be on the lead or come off the pace a little bit. So, she did do well sprinting, so maybe she could. It's just a mile 16th race, so um, I'm hoping Castellano did right her last time. So, and he's trying to keep his status in the Belmont. All these good jockeys down, so he's pretty good on the turf. So, Stolen Holiday for me. Hope it's hit the board. If I could sneak out a win, that'd be nice. But
All right, and we will go ahead and bring in. Hang on 1 second here. Thoughts of our. Where put him? I'm sorry. Thoughts of our colleague Joe in race number 10. And he decided to go. I'm not surprised at this at all. He decided to go Chad Brown. He went other Chad Brown. He went Chad Brown, Irad Ortiz in race number 10. I think that's pronounced Lemista, and best run in the U.S. in this race in 2021. Go ahead and fill this in for everybody. The 2. Ray's got the 3. He's got the 4. And Rich has the 1. Oh, and we will come back and we will finish up outside the stakes ranks in race number 11 at Belmont Park. They are going 7 furlongs on the turf. This is an allowance race. The purse is $80,000. This is for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, foaled in New York State and approved by the New York State Bred Registry, which have never won $15,000 other than maiden, claiming, or starter, or which have never won 2 races. Somehow I have a feeling that Ray might qualify in this one.
That's right. Yeah. New York bred.
Morning
On the
line
turf.
favorite
Oof.
is in post number 9. And you know what this is? I did want to bring this up. So I've got here the morning line favorite being Palace Gossip, who was trained by Anthony Dutrow and ridden by Eric Cancel, who is 9-2 on the morning line. There actually are 2 horses on the morning line who have lower odds. They are both qualified only as main track only, so I guess Ray is looking at some rain tomorrow. But technically, the morning line favorite, if they were to move off the turf, would be the 16 horse, who is Teleperfect Tale. And there's actually another horse who is 3-1 just behind her, named Galina, who is 3-1. But for right now, we will go ahead and say that the 9 horse is actually the favorite because the 9 horse is drawn in so far. And Steve, you're going to get to take us home. Go ahead and go first.
Yeah. I just realized a few minutes ago I forgot to handicap this race, but I'm going to go with the 9, Palace Gossip there, the favorite. Had a couple of nice workouts. Eric Cancel is doing all right, but yeah, I don't know. Should go. Probably horse will probably get out to the lead and hopefully hold on.
All right, Ray, you want to go ahead and have
it? Sorry.
I'm on the same horse.
it?
Yeah.
Let's hear what Ray has to say.
No, basically, I like the fact that show speed and fits in this condition. Second race off the layoff. The first time going to Belmont. Last time it was at Belmont, they took the race off the turf. So that was basically her only bad race. So she seems to like the turf. 3 out of 4 in the exacta. So fits well here. I watched a few races from Belmont the last few days, and looks like Speed has done well. So they and the times have been fast, and no one really been closing that much. So I rather be in front and take my chances, and with these type of horses, they usually don't pass each other. So 92 is a good price. It's a wide open race, so we do right. We get the Keno machine, and we hit the all button.
This one's bad. So I agree with Ray,
You know.
and technically I also agree with Steve, because I'm also on the 9, and as I've told folks before, if you guys are watching this show, that no, we do not collaborate together. We do not talk before the
No.
race and kind of synchronize our picks. Every once in a while, this just happens. So as it occurs here, I'm also on Palace Gossip. Of course, love the sire, Palace Malice. And as you heard from Ray and Steve, the horse has shown an affinity for turf, has early speed, and at least to me, it looks like the horse has the ability to go out and carry it. Has been in against deep company. This is a horse that kind of spends all its time over on the East Coast. As you see there, 12, 10, 12, 11. Those are the number of participants in a race. I mean, the low number of participants in a race for this girl so far has been 9. So pretty impressive figures. Anthony Dutroux is very good at this, even though it says poor trainer win percentage. We all know he's a very, very good trainer. And Eric Cancel, although he did catch a little bit of shade from us earlier in this race, again, I think we all know he's a fine rider, and he's up here in the East Coast circuit for the summertime for a reason. So I thought the speed carries. I thought Melis was nice. I thought 9-2 might actually be a fair price because, as Ray said, I'm hitting the all button in this race anyway.
But I would beat myself up if the 1 came in, Captain's Daughter, because I was like, I want to take a shot, but
You know,
Oh, what did Joe pick?
I
before
played safe.
before I lose myself here and
I
pick
played
this one up,
safe.
I actually did like this horse as well. Joe's actually got the number 11. He's got Autumn Gypsy, and he says this is a not a New York bred type pedigree, and it's by Hardspun and a French dam. Oh, you know what? He's right. It's kind of interesting. So you got Hardspun as the sire. We all know that's a Kentucky sire, and then a French dam, Springleaf. So exactly how they got this one through the New York bred rank would be an interesting question for Christophe Clement. Dylan Davis is aboard as well, and the horse has only raced once, but did very well in that first race, and certainly looks ready to step up and take on this company. So again, Joe has gone with the 11. I did my best impersonations of Joe English. You guys are going to have to vouch for me next week when we're back on the air.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
When
Yes, sir.
we'll be covering the Preakness stake. So everybody take a look at their picks. I think I've got Joe represented correctly here. 2-6, 2-11. And I know those are my picks. I know
Yep, I'm good.
I called an audible in that early race, but then it just ended up sticking with my pick in the ninth in the finale. I thought 9-2 was a square enough price that I would go ahead and stay there, even if it does mean just tying the two guys who are in front of me. Joe, actually, always looking for a little adventure, and I wouldn't be surprised if he hits it. All right, that looks good, guys.
Yep. Very good.
All right, let's go ahead and I will stop sharing my screen. Once again, congratulations to Rich Strike and all the connections of the Kentucky Derby winner. Props to him. No, nobody on this show had him, including the guy who's named Rich and enjoys baseball.
And likes baseball.
Yeah.
$2.
The hell's wrong with you,
Yeah,
Rich?
yeah. It'll take a while. That's going to take a little while.
Did you get change from the beer on Kentucky Derby? You had $2 from change from the beer, man. Just throw it on the horse. I'll be honest. I didn't even go that far with those entries. I stopped at like I don't know 17, 18. Guys, so you know what? This is how I was
You're
willing
not.
just to
It's not going to happen from there.
you
Correct.
know
I agree.
you
I
know.
agree.
So it happens.
Any
Uh,
Preakness thoughts from the two of you? The second leg of the Triple Crown is next Saturday. That's actually why Rich Strike isn't running in it. That is a bit of a grueling task. It's just a 2-week turn back from the mile and a quarter race at Churchill Downs. Ray, have you got any thoughts on who you might like there?
Well, from any of the new shooters, doesn't really strike me that much. Secret Alt has a chance. I mean, if Epicenter came out of Derby well, I think that horse. He showed a lot of fight and gut, and he showed he could handle a fast pace, and he held on, and he might just get better from here. So, but I'll probably try and beat him if I can because the short odds, unless you got the exotic bets, the multi race bets. But right now, I'm not sure. I'm just searching and take a look at the race again. But he'll be tough. He should be tough. He's for him to still hang around a Derby, I was very impressed by that.
Steve, have you got a
You
have
know,
you got a Preakness pick?
No, not at this point. You're gonna have to tune in
no.
next week.
We'll
Mm.
tune in next week. Where you'll hear us pontificate about that ad nauseum next week. I'm actually on the same horse that Ray is. Uh, Wish I had actually even bet a little bit more on Epicenter, even though he didn't quite get the victory last week. I did think he was the best horse that we all saw all year long, and feel like I shortchanged myself by going on White Abario as much as I did because I really thought Epicenter was going to win that race, in particularly with about 100 yards left in that race. All right. That's all the time we have for this week. Steve Newsom and Ray Torado, and speaking for Joe English, who isn't here because he's out at a concert. You guys, it's always a
Joe,
pleasure to
missed
have.
you.
Yeah, Joe, we definitely missed you,
Missed you, Joe. But you're
gentlemen.
having fun, so
Always a pleasure to handicap with the two of you.
yes, it is. Yep.
Yep.
All right, everybody. My name is Rich Sharp. The show is called Tournament Horse Racing. It is brought to you by Broke Guys Handicapping. Good night and good luck.
Good night.
Good night.